So, in continuation of yesterday's topic on being a Marlian, an expert is joining us on the show to discuss how we can help teenagers and the 21st century parents on how to deal with these issues of trends of young people. Could you just help us understand this trend and how can parents deal with it going forward?
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me. It's difficult to be an expert in parenting because of the fact that your children are your lab and they will never be like you. So I think one of the things we need to first accept, and I've heard people blame parents for everything, we need to accept one fact. Children will make choices. And their choices will not always be what you want. Let's be very sincere. If your child chooses everything you want, that child is worse than you.
Yes.
Because of the fact that development is about people making new choices, addressing new issues. Again, one of the things we need to also think about as parents is that when a child is young, you make choices for the child. As a child gets older, one of the evidence of the proper development of that child is that the child should start taking his own decisions. If that child can't, then you are raised a deformed person.
Ew.
So my child's decision to be a Marlian or not is part of the evidence of the fact that he's growing. Now, when that child takes that decision, there are two options. It's either as a parent, he asks for your consent before doing it, or you discover it. Two factors or three factors determine which of the two will happen. The child asking for your permission will be a function of the relationship you have. The second factor is your initial reaction to what shocks you. So a child says, I'm a Marlian. I say, in this house we're a Christian. That guy is not going to tell you anything. So your initial reaction influences whether the child should tell you more of those things. The third factor is your capacity to negotiate with that child.
What happens where every conversation is negotiation and your child then has a mind of their own?
I think it's a question of a balance. Sometimes you negotiate to sell your values. And you tell you know what, you will not do this, but let's have a dialogue about it. So it's not, negotiation is not about being a permissive parent. It's about, sometimes you know what you want, right? The child also has what he wants. But there could be a midpoint that meets the needs of both of you. So you want your child to always dress well, right? You want your child to always, so like all of you are dressing, right? You want your child to dress that well. Your wellness is not the wellness of a 13-year-old.
I know.
Right? So this boy says, dressing well in my school is sagging my pants. That's what they call dress well in my own world. You don't force that child to say dress well means wearing rubber. So that's the negotiation. Okay, what exactly? And then you start to give the child. Now, let me also do this for parents. Madam said something yesterday that's very important. Many people would ignore it. She said prayer works. What does prayer do in behavior? It gives a child intrinsic motivation to change. Right? And the child just comes to realize, I don't want to do this any longer. So for those that believe in prayer, and I do, it works. For those that believe in people's capacity to change their mind, that's something you may also want to invest in. Every child needs some reality check. Right. It could just be he has a problem with SARS, and they say, who you be? Slap his face because he gets dreads. He's going to call that dread that day. He doesn't need any counseling.